The story took place at a late-night party. Everyone was playing a popular mobile app said to predict the time of each person's death. A girl suggested using the game as a bet. Whoever had the shortest lifespan would have to drink all the alcohol on the table. At first, Courtney didn't want to join, but under pressure from her friends, she downloaded the app. Then, everyone revealed their phone screens. One girl's screen showed she still had 63 years left to live. Another friend's showed 32 years, while a third revealed 40 years. But Courtney's expression turned heavy. With everyone watching, she slowly revealed her screen. It showed she had only 3 hours left to live. Her friends tried to comfort her, saying it was just a game and not to take it seriously. Still, the table was full of drinks, more than a dozen cups. Courtney's boyfriend, Evan, offered to help her finish them. By the end of the party, Evan was already drunk. Even so, he insisted on driving them home. He told Courtney to sit in the car without worry, but she remembered the app and firmly refused. She got out of the car. Just then, her phone buzzed with a notification. She had broken the user agreement. When she reopened the app, her time had dropped to just 1 minute. Panicked, she rushed home. Her phone rang non-stop. She thought shutting it off might save her, but death didn't end with a shutdown. As she was about to shower, the phone rang again. A mysterious force lifted Courtney into the air, dragged her into the bathroom, and snapped her neck. The countdown hit 0 at that exact moment. Meanwhile, Evan crashed his car. A tree branch pierced directly through Courtney's original seat, showing she would have died no matter what. Later, Evan was hospitalized, but he refused the surgery scheduled for that night. He told a nurse named Quinn that he would die before morning. Pulling out his phone, he revealed it showed only 19 hours left to live. Quinn tried to comfort him, insisting it was just an app, but Evan swore it had correctly predicted Courtney's death. When Quinn didn't believe him, he walked away in silence. Quinn later shared the story with her colleagues. Out of curiosity, they all downloaded the app. Each of them still had decades left. But when Quinn tried it, her screen showed only 2 days. At first, she didn't take it seriously, but soon strange events made her doubt herself. That night, Evan prepared for surgery but noticed his time had dropped to less than 3 minutes. He decided to avoid the operation. Suddenly, his phone buzzed again. User agreement broken. He ignored it at first, but when he looked in the mirror, he saw a dark figure standing behind him. He turned around. No one was there. Then, the shadow smashed the mirror. Terrified, Evan ran into the hallway. He tried to use a door to block the danger, but that only sped up his death. The door wouldn't open. Rapid footsteps echoed behind him. When he turned, he saw Courtney, already dead. Evan's phone fell from above. The countdown ended, and he met his death. The next day, Quinn heard the news and was shocked. Could everything Evan said really be true? To confirm her suspicions, she rushed to his hospital room and took his phone, but it was locked. Helpless, she dragged his body and tried unlocking it with his fingerprint. It failed. Then she forced his eyelids open. The phone unlocked, revealing the timer had already reached 0. From that moment, Quinn's attention was fixed on the countdown. She even canceled her plan to visit her mother's grave with her father. Immediately after hanging up the phone, her screen displayed a message: "User agreement broken." Furious, she tried to delete the app, but it couldn't be removed. Searching online, she found a video claiming that in the final moments of the countdown, people often saw those who had already died. Then the video suddenly cut off. Terrified, Quinn slammed her laptop shut. She wasn't sure if what she had seen was real or just an illusion. She only wanted to escape the house as quickly as possible, but her phone started ringing again. She tried smashing it, hoping to end the countdown. But could that really work? That night, Quinn spent the whole night in her car, only to be woken up by her younger sister, Jordan. The next morning, the two of them went back inside. Jordan found Quinn's phone lying on the floor. Quinn didn't know how to explain. When Jordan unlocked it, she saw the countdown. Quinn quickly snatched the phone back, but said nothing, which only fueled Jordan's curiosity. Ignoring her sister, Quinn went to a phone store and bought a brand new device. Relieved to see it didn't have the app, she breathed a sigh of relief. But just as she was about to leave, the phone rang. The countdown app had installed itself automatically. Confused, Quinn asked the store owner, Derek, why it was there. Derek was puzzled too. He tried deleting it but failed. Helpless, Quinn had no choice but to leave. Her strange behavior caught the attention of another customer named Matt. When he saw her countdown showing less than a day left, Quinn was speechless. She glanced again at her phone and noticed a shadowy figure appear behind her car, but when she turned around, nothing was there. Suddenly, large hands grabbed her, causing her car to crash into another vehicle. The angry driver stormed out, but before he could confront Quinn, Matt ran from the store and helped her. Matt pulled out his own phone. It showed an 18-hour countdown. Talking together, they realized they had both received violation warnings. To figure out the user agreement, they tricked a nearby drunk man into downloading the app. Once he did, they quickly scanned through the terms. They finally understood. Trying to change fate triggered the app's curse. Quinn had canceled her visit to her mother's grave, and Matt had skipped his train ride. Searching for answers, they went to a church, where they met a young priest named Father John. He was deeply interested in demons and curses. After hearing their story, he recalled an ancient legend. He pulled a dusty book from a shelf and told them about a demon called a zine. Long ago, a Roman prince wanted to know the date of his death. A gypsy witch gave him a scroll, but warned him not to try to change it. The prince agreed, but when he read the scroll, it revealed his death would fall on the same day he was meant to lead his army into battle. Terrified, he changed his plan, sending his brother instead while he hid inside the palace. But the demon still came and killed him on time. Father John admitted this didn't fully prove their case, but if he could see the app's code, he might find answers. After some thought, Quinn and Matt turned to Derek, the phone store owner, asking him to hack into the app. At first, Derek refused, saying the shop was closed, but when they offered their credit cards as payment, he agreed. Soon, Derek hacked into the system. Quinn wrote everything down. Since they were inside the code, she suggested adding extra years of life. The plan seemed to work, so Quinn asked Derek to change hers, but instead, he found Jordan's name. Her timer was 3 minutes shorter than Quinn's. Derek added more than 80 years to Jordan's life. When Jordan later received the push notification, she didn't care. But could cheating fate really work? That night, Quinn fell asleep in Matt's arms. Suddenly, she noticed a shadow outside the door. She quickly called Matt, but at that moment, Matt opened the door. If he was outside, then who was lying beside her? Just as Matt tried to calm her down, the phone beside them began to ring. Quinn looked at her phone and saw that her countdown timer had been reset. Jordan's timer had reset as well. Even stranger, there was no one outside, yet the motion sensor light flicked on by itself. At first, Jordan didn't think much of it. She simply turned around and closed the door. But within seconds, the light came on again, and the door creaked open on its own. Sensing danger, she crawled under the bed. Through the gap, she watched the room carefully. Suddenly, she felt something shift on top of the mattress. Then, the entire bed was yanked away. Standing beside it was her dead mother. Terrified, Jordan bolted from the room and ran straight into Quinn, who had rushed over. Together with Matt, the three of them went back to the church. They handed Father John the code they had found. After reading it, he confirmed their worst fear. It was a summoning spell. Father John explained that the curse could only be broken in one of two ways: if someone died earlier than their countdown, or if they managed to survive past it. Of course, no one wanted to die ahead of time, so he suggested another method of protection. He brought out a full bucket of blessed salt. They drew a circle and sprinkled the salt, hoping it would keep the demon Ozan away. When the creature appeared, it was blocked at first, but then it released a piercing noise that only Matt couldn't hear. It took the form of his dead brother Jeff and lured him to step outside the circle. By the time Matt realized the trap, it was already too late. The demon dragged him away. In a desperate attempt to save him, the others broke the circle as well. A falling shelf struck Jordan, leaving her unable to move. Quinn sprinted outside and saw Matt standing in the middle of the road. For a moment, he thought they were safe. Then, out of nowhere, a truck slammed into him, pinning him against a tree. At that exact moment, his countdown reached 0. Before Quinn could even grieve, she noticed Jordan clutching her abdomen. She had been stabbed. The sisters rushed to the hospital. After filling out the admission paperwork, Quinn hurried to Jordan's ward, only to be horrified by the doctor treating her. It was Dr. Sullivan, the same creep who had used his position to harass her. Quinn remembered that he too had downloaded the app. And then Father John's words echoed in her mind. An early death could break the curse. After settling Jordan, Quinn went to Dr. Sullivan's office and told him to meet her in the abandoned ward next door. He arrived, already fantasizing about his advantage, but Quinn struck him from behind. He staggered into the hallway in pain, but Quinn pressed the attack, knocking him down with a metal pole. She pulled out a syringe of morphine. Just as she was about to inject him, a mysterious force hurled her across the room. Dr. Sullivan escaped in the chaos, and Quinn realized she had lost her chance. Meanwhile, Jordan's countdown was nearly at its end. The demon had no intention of granting her a quick death. It prepared to torture her until the last second. At that moment, Quinn burst into the ward. Without hesitation, she plunged the full syringe of morphine into her own arm. Within 3 seconds, she collapsed to the floor. The demon tried to drag her back from death, but Quinn gave it no time. She let herself slip deeper into unconsciousness. The demon Ozin disintegrated. Jordan, trembling, thought Quinn was gone forever. But then, she noticed words written on her sister's arm. Acting quickly, she administered the antidote. Moments later, Quinn's eyes fluttered open. Both of their countdowns had stopped. But was it really over? Later, Quinn, Jordan, and their father went to honor their mother's grave. Just as they laid down flowers, Quinn's phone buzzed. A new alert flashed across the screen. It had automatically downloaded Countdown 2.0. The curse was far from broken. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next video.